welcome back. We've got one more match today for day 3 of Summer Clash presented by Breakout Esports, and it's going to be a good one. I am Wonder Chef, joined by Ryan. We're doing this the whole way through today. We're just getting through all these games.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, they're good ones, so I'm glad. And like I said, one more match that's going to be Kamille's a man's name, and I'm a man, taking on Tokyo Monkeys, who looked extremely strong in their previous match. We do know now, though, of course, that Wizards of Oz had some connection issues based on weather, which is unfortunate, but they made it here. That's what's important, right? They did a great job of actually qualifying, and that makes them already above 50% mark for the entire tournament, a little bit higher than that. So this is going to be our last match, like I mentioned, of the day. We do have a DQ, like I said, a forfeit, I should say, from Wizards of Oz. So Fusion's moving forward to the lower semifinals. That would have been our last match of the day, but now it's going to be just this, and we'll see who's going to fight Twisted Sin and who's going to be fighting against Asakasha in the winners finals.
Well, if it's any consolation to any of the teams here, they are in top 8. And honestly, I mean, this is a stacked top 6, brother, right?
Yeah.
They have come so far. I mean, honestly, I would take a W right here. I mean, grab a drink. It's all in the house, man. They deserved it, they're here, and they're ready to go. So now the question is whether Kamille is really going to show them why Kamille is truly a man's name, and you might truly be that man. Or will Tokyo Monkeys make them go ooh ooh ah ah whenever they get a free kill?
This is a really, really exciting match. I was excited for that previous one, but I think this one is going to be the one that I'm really looking at. Again, these two teams were in separate pools. If anybody didn't watch the previous days of this tournament, there were 2 pools, A and B. They played a round robin, and the top 3 teams of each pool made it into this top 6 bracket. Now, Kamille is a man's name, and I'm a man. It came out as first in their pool, undefeated. Tokyo Monkeys did not make it out first in their pool, undefeated, despite the fact they look so strong. They actually lost to Astakasha, who's sitting up in the winners finals. So, depending on how this goes, it's either going to be a rematch of the top 2 teams of that pool, or we could see both of the top teams from each of the pools playing up against each other. Regardless of how it plays out, it's going to be, I think, a very exciting thing for the winners finals.
Bloodbath should ensue, trust.
Yep.
Missile base? No, we don't see the missile base, unfortunate. And it wasn't even, it was called by Tokyo, but they banned it. Tokyo Monkeys banned missile base. Are you seeing this?
I am seeing this. The other thing that I'm seeing is Thermal Plant as a first pick, and then Mountain R&D as a second. So we are going to go domination to domination. Hope everybody's ready for some fights. We just saw Mountain R&D, and that was a lot of battles, let's just say. And we're just going to continue with that. Underground Command Center has been probably picked almost every single set that we've seen today, becoming the most commonly picked map for sure. That might be the stat might change for that at the end of the day, but I'm excited. This is the first time today that we're going to be seeing Thermal Plant, and this is a map that really, 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 I guess you could say, rewards the teams that are good at these scrambles, these scramble fights. Sometimes you don't fight together exactly as a team. Sometimes there's some weird line of sight issues. Sometimes there's you have to kind of split off into these separate little skirmishes, and the teams that are good at that, specifically, we've seen the teams that are great with kind of speedy melee suits have really been rewarded for this. And clearly Kamille, Team Kamille has chosen this as their first pick because they feel confident in that in particular.
I would also like to note that Molten R&D Lab was picked by Tokyo Monkeys in their last game, which is very, very, very interesting, because that means they are more confident with R&D Lab than Missile Base, or at least there's something they believe that on the other side is cooking. And gotta tell you, Kamille might have something going on for that, so we're gonna be interested to see how that pans out. And of course, both basically Tokyo Monkeys have played on 2 of the maps that have been picked, and well, I mean, they definitely got something going for them.
Yeah. It might also just be like a little bit of respect thing. The Missile Base it's such a weird map, right? Like, if you feel like the other team is strong, you could run into like a tie situation on that map very easily.
It's true.
Yeah, the offense on that map is awkward as hell. That's the only way I can put it. So maybe they just didn't want to have to deal with that. They kind of scoped out the competition. They felt more comfortable against Wizards on that map, and now this time around, they're feeling like, okay, well, we need to fight them more on even ground and be able to win it out. Also, I gotta say, say melee suits very strong on every single, every single one of the options that we could have seen if we did see it go to missile base. There's some really, really great angles for melee suits, and we maybe don't have like as much of a level of confidence on the melee suits from the Asian team here, Tokyo Monkeys. So that could be one of the reasons.
Well, anyways, for the time being though, as they're setting up, we're gonna throw this to a short break so that when we're back, we'll be back straight into the action. So don't go anywhere. You guys know what to do while you're waiting. Go to Matcherino, give your teams your support, give them a little bit of the moolahs that you can give them by just doing a few simple steps by signing up and giving them your support by clicking a few links. And if you can do a little bit more, they gain a little bit more to start off. Anyways, we'll be going for a short break. Chef, take us away.
All right, see you guys in just a few minutes. Match number one of Tokyo Monkeys versus Kamille is a man's name, and I'm a man, to see who makes it into winners finals. And this is going to be our last set of the day. But as we get into this, I want to hear right off the bat what the strategies are going to be for Team Kamille. So let's take a listen into their comms as we're starting off this first match of the set.
Doesn't matter.
Remember,
on top right,
being Susan and whoever else, the mini, and then everyone else, other side. Seaside.
Let's get it.
Okay. I will go under and flank.
Yep, I'm gonna go inside.
Watch. Watch for
Molly.
the Susan and Jim.
They run Susan?
I don't know.
Oh.
1 week, 1 week.
Dynamis, they have Dynamis.
Second one, nice.
Dead.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
They have Jim. On the right,
Jim down here with me.
Jim half. One flank,
stop,
one flank.
stop, stop,
I'm getting health
stop.
quick. I'm getting health quick.
Running south.
They're turning for me. They're turning for me.
Sounds one.
Literally one.
Okay, arrows down.
They all
Down
turn
a
for me.
half.
One's flanking.
Hill gun on
Got one.
left.
Two on the right, two on the right. I'm half, I'm half.
Yeah, I'm low as fuck. I'm low as fuck.
Healing. Second one on the left, on the right.
I'm out.
Last flank.
We have fights
On
still.
sauce.
Last week.
Sounds low. Dead.
I'm
Confirmed.
on point. Help point.
Hell down. Hell confirmed.
Jim is one.
Point.
I'm holding right side. Jim tagged. Jim half. You Zed low. Dynamis up with me. Dynamis I need help.
Jim no shield.
Dynamis top.
All right, well, there you can see some great coordination, which led to a pretty good first push on the side of Team Kamille. Now, they did not get that pick off the, or I guess they didn't say, they didn't get the cap right off the bat, so they did get the lead very, very early on, but it did feel like they were winning the fight very consistently. And also, man, I'd love to see a lot of these players. Again, didn't get a chance to talk about them too much, but we're going to be already moving over to A. Ryan, how are you feeling about this so far?
A lot of emotions coming out from this one, as we do see both going back and forth in trading wheel. It's coming very close as well. I mean, you can definitely see the percentages they're taking in from the cap from side A, and you can tell that no one is trying to give any amount of hit rate here, as they've now stalled it once again. They're now taking this long range fight for the entire corridor right here, and to no avail. I mean, they're just gonna have to wait it out. They're just gonna force side A instead this time, I believe, and this is going to be where they have to prepare, set up, and see if they can take anyone down. They find their first mark here, coming in with Zeus, and this can take us. Chef, what do you think about this going into it as we take the fight here inside A?
I think resources are heavily in the favor of Team Kamille, but they're now down 2 members, Casino and Arrow both going down, but it looks like Focus is going to be popping that Hades. Zyros popped the punch as well. We'll see if there's too much of a follow-up here. Doesn't look like all that much. They were able to get a lot of damage in, and there we go. Now they're all starting to fall as time goes through. We're going to see the funnel pop from Yachty in return, but going down immediately, that's going to be a little bit of a waste. And this is currently going all the way towards Kamille. They just have to hold on to this point. They didn't need to get the full team up to get the retake, so they are definitely happy with how that turned out.
All I'm seeing is a Ping Fang Boom and no avail anyways, but yeah, go in right now, you just see the sword and you might get something off of it, and eventually they do make something of it. So now holding objective A here, making waves as they go along here, slowly clearing out the site here, just for them to come out on top. Pokemon is making such a strong approach here coming in, but they're locked out just like that, 38-52%. I do not know how this can get any worse. A little bit more could have just what he needed, but unfortunately, the Pokemon is a little bit stalled out here, and now they need to for fighting again, and to take one here and there. There's a little bit more, hopefully, if there's more about it moving like.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, this is close, right? This is a very close fight as we expect it to be between these teams, but the points have just been slightly in the favor. Oh my gosh, hold on, there's 2 picks and a pick back up on the side of Tokyo Monkeys. However, they're going back down in exchange. I don't think any team is easily going to be able to capture this point very quickly. Yeah, look at that. Even Casino trying to get in, trying to just step on the point, but neither team can. Nobody's capturing this. It is so heavily contested with how well both these teams can aim. We are so far into this point and nobody is taking it. We'll finally
not
see
close.
Kamille take it. Yes, finally.
Oh wow, that was the death block for sure. They were slowly going in for it. I believe that was the one trick that they needed to go in with it. If they did not actually enter it and start and hold on a little bit longer, they might have not done it at all. But this is a fantastic thing coming from the new man team, and I'm mad as they are able to go and push in for another solid lead here. I think they're gonna at least block it out 70% if anything, and if I even take this percentage here, I don't think it's gonna help out. And Sidley is gonna be unlocking just a bit.
Yeah, there's no point to retake that. So now we are going to go to B. This is a really nice one to be able to hold. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful angle for that flame grenade from Zyros. Amazing, amazing players on the side of this team. May I note, not exactly the Kamille team that we saw in the Gundam Showdown 3, but there's a mix of that and Matthew. Oh my gosh, whoa, jumped on! Oh my gosh, that was a jump scare. They were like, huh, maybe I'll get a pick from behind, and then suddenly 4 members of Kamille just jump physically on them. That was terrifying.
Oh, that's not good, that's not good. They are losing quite a little bit of members of that. Tokyo Monkeys down, 3 was down, and they do get a response back. But now that they have lost their advantage here, it looks like this man's name and man is going to be holding on to that point all themselves. I really hate to say this, but it's looking like a very dominant lead. They are so commanding on this one. I don't know how they can possibly come back around.
Yeah, man, this is cheap. Why is Omni stacking? Why are we letting Omni stack? Come on. You're ruining the game for everybody else. Just kidding. They're doing such a good job. This is, again, looking like a win for them. There are a lot of juniors on the other side. Focus, though, being able to pull down most of the enemy team. It looks like they're just slowly falling. They do okay. There was actually a recap on the side of Tokyo Monkeys. This is a chance. They got 2 picks as well. Yunoki switching over from the Arc 70. Oh my god.
Again, they're back inside the community managing on my man. They're already taking back. They need a complete 100% if they want to do this. And they actually try to pop this back once again over and over and over again. But we don't see Tokyo Monkeys doing anything with it. They have one team root up and merge out, but nothing comes out of it. And extra time keeps getting out back and forth. You hate to see it. They do retake it. Fortunately enough, and Kamille's man is gonna win it out, and they do have a trans end coming in for Headhunter, but they're not making any shots out here. Nothing connects here, and it's gonna hurt them a little bit more. They need some connects here so that they can at least hold on to that point a little bit longer. It's all they have left.
They're playing so smart right now. They waited out that Trans Am, knowing that Headhunter is one of the strongest members of that team, and they have all their resources now, and this is going to be one big potential final push for them. They've got 3 G maneuvers. No, Focus going down, but Casino's still going to be going in, and that's going to be a huge first start to this. They just need to grab it back to at least prevent these ones from being retaken. Lysic's coming in as well.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's going to be a chunk.
retake?
Lysic's taking out at least one. The retake is happening. They just need to get everybody else off. 3 members left on Tokyo Monkeys, and they're not going to be back on site, I don't think, in time. Lysic just swinging at the wall, and Kamille taking round number 1.
And that is it. Kamille's a man's name. And Chef, forgive me for this, but I'm a man. It's taken the first game. Tokyo Monkeys looking really salty after that one. That was so close to victory. Close was an understatement because just like it was in their grasp, slipped away.
I mean, again, that was a really good retake from Tokyo Monkeys, but I can not possibly like explain how smart their play was, that they were able to just kind of sit and wait and not actually push through that Trans Am and allow themselves to lose a little bit more percentage because they knew they were going to have the advantage after the fact. Yeah, and the gym was actually in the wall. That's really weird. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but that was still a great smart choice from Team Kamille. Tokyo Monkeys, they're holding up. They're just slightly getting edged out. This needs to be one of those games, I think, for them, where if they want to win, they need to make some really big adaptations.
Well, if you ask me, I really do think that that was all they needed. Tokyo Monkeys have the advantage at the very end there, but just slipped off because there's so much G maneuvers on the other side coming from Kamille's managing on a man. That's not what you like to see at the very end. I mean, obviously they're just gonna pop everything, right? Down the toilet, if they make it, it's gonna be a beautiful flush.
Oh my gosh. All right, starting off immediately, Profi taking out Suraimu, and that is going to be already a really big spot because you really want that flame to be able to hold on A. A is going to be a really big choke point type match. Everybody's going to be stuck fighting in this pit, so all the AoE damage that you have is going to mean the most in this particular spot. Usually, an interesting switch over to Zaku to melee. I didn't even get a chance to really talk about that. Not a trick that we've seen so far today, and not one that we usually see all that often. We're gonna get buffed a little bit over the past few patches, but we'll see if this ends up working out. Does look like at least Tokyo Monkeys managed to hold on to this at the start. Hold on to A.
Oh, and they're looking for another quick off right there, and it looks like Kamille's a man's name, and that man is looking mighty hot here, as they're able to just continue to push this advantage forward. Moving, able to just move forward, take a few hits, while still trading, and still have the advantage to move backwards and steal out the team.
Okay, this is almost exactly what we saw. Like the first fight went to Kamille in the first round, but they did not catch the cap, I guess, early on enough. So they do have an advantage, not a huge advantage. We are going to see after this Listic is a maniac right now. I am loving this Susanoo play from Listic, and you can just see it just continues on, just building up more and more armor. Wow, and that armor was important. And going down to 100 HP, you can see that literally was the difference between life or death.
Right, as you can see right around the corner here, they are trying to make this work from that really little tiny angle. I don't think that's the play. They need to stick as a team and move in right now. They don't have any G maneuvers on the other side, and obviously they're not privy to this information, but they can make something work just from that. Site C is about to be unlocked here. They might want to just maneuver around there to just stand by. The death bomb is here once again. The X connect, and they're going to try and go in for it right now. They do find their mark here, but I don't like the sound of that. They're getting so much hits off on the other side as well. I don't know if they can sustain this.
Oh, Profi just barely staying up right there. Amazing axe throw, may I note. That was a huge game changer as far as that push goes. Yeah, but we do have so many members going down on the side of Kamille. Look at this, full rage, or was full rage on the Zaku 2 melee. That is very, very hard to deal with, and just going to be chopping down everybody in that room. And this is a much better fight back. Well, it was for a minute from Tokyo Monkeys, but as that was happening, everybody came back from Kamille, and they get to recap so they can hold on to this lead. And at this point, even a recap once again from the side of Tokyo Monkeys might not be that many points.
Yeah, and I've got to tell you right now, they do have a little bit of a slight advantage as they're going to move over to side A again, but this is just a very small advantage. They have a lot more to work with here. They do take a retake on C, just for a few more percentages, but very little bit help. We have seen it just now that 99.9% was almost beaten on the side of this Tokyo Monkeys being a very strong push, but might have the advantage here with that little bit of a gap here, and I want to see if they can make it work. This angle is perfect for them to hold on to, and they're gonna try and make some waves coming forward.
Oh, that's huge. How many is that going to catch? Listic definitely going down. There's no chance of life there. But only catching Listic is not the worst thing in the world. Casino popping the G maneuver, and that's going to be able to push off a lot of members. Nobody's quite able, once again, to get this initial cap. Yachty's going to be moving on. It looks like Tokyo Monkeys is going to be able to grab it. Listic's just respawning. But that was basically every G maneuver for every G maneuver, except for now Listic, who was picked before there was even an opportunity, is going to be able to come back and be the one to have it. We'll see if they decide to use it here. It is going to be going back to B after this, but things are just about tied up as far as percentages.
Right, so now as we move around the corner here, they can go with Trent and try to push in, goes for the Takoyaki, but nothing. Field gets a nice slice off here for 9% here, and another 72 of that, and thinking is, wow, a beautiful trade for 2. And you get a third one though, we're not seeing it happen, getting a little bit of a heal here, but the score fight ensues, and we're gonna see if we can kick anyone out. I do believe we have a clear victor right here though, and it looks like he's not walking away scot-free, unfortunately.
Yeah, the reason why that happened was they popped that invincibility on the Zaku 2 melee exactly as the big combo was hitting, which the big combo was hitting from Listic on multiple members, so they kind of had to continue to do it. But once they got raised, you know the 1v1 wasn't going to win. That was still smart from Listic, though, to try to do as much damage as possible, just so that somebody else could get that pick after the fact, which is exactly what happened. It's going to prevent the Zaku 2 melee from getting into position too early, and now we are going over to point B, a pretty significant lead, not too significant, like 15% lead on the side of Tokyo Monkeys, but they're the ones who are on the bottom. I don't know if anybody can take out this G maneuver, but it's not going to matter. It's not even going to go off. We're just going to see Thunder go down immediately.
That's a little bit painful to see. That's really a shame. And now they're going to try to make another play here to make something work. Tokyo Monkeys does have an advantage here, but they're slowly going down for the count. It's 2-2-2-3 now, and they're able to just hopefully stall this back with a beautiful rainbow monkey going for the skies here. Nice extra going in there. The G move on standby. They need to force a retake here, and they're able to hold objective B for another astounding 10% back out to their favor.
Yeah, now at this point, we need to see Kamille retake this. 100% is the maximum that you can get here as Tokyo Monkeys. This is going to be the final point regardless. Tokyo Monkeys has the punch and the funnels as far as G moves available, but focus has to use this Hades, has to carry with this Hades. It's going to be all about focus, I think. I mean, they have to. It's going to be popped. The punch is going to come out though to counter. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be trading 2 for 2. This is not the worst situation in the world. Focus trying trying to find targets. Nobody's even close. They are going to be able to get the recap, though. That's going to be huge. As CD will start to funnel back in, there's only going to be 2 members back up for Tokyo Monkeys, and this is the chance for Kamille to carry it, but they're going to have to win 100 to 99.9.
Yeah, he's trying their best again. I don't see a way out of it right now. Tokyo Monkey is looking so dominant in this round, and it looks like they're just slowly trading one for one over and over again. This might come into a stalemate, but eventually one will fall, and it looks like Tokyo Monkey will have the advantage if that happens though.
Oh, I know, this is scary. Yeah, Listic has to make this count as well. We've got the Zakutu melee G maneuver as well. Yeah, this is a lot of great picks, but they've got to make sure that Lee Sang-hoon is not going to come back and use the big spin to turn things around. That is one of the scariest options they could possibly run into, especially that along with the RX-78 Super Napalm. This is a scary position. They've got to see it release, but here we go. It's going to have to be this soon.
Right, extra time is going to count down. They need to retake this right now before the extra time kicks down. They're now 99 and 99. How did this happen? Once again, Tokyo Monkey is at such a big advantage. They need to pick up anything right now. Takes 1, but nowhere near 2 is down for the count. There's a retake back, but it's 1 to 3. What can they possibly do here?
Wow, amazing mobility from the side of Kamille. They avoided everything, that initiation with the G maneuvers. That had to be the way that Tokyo Monkeys fought back into that game. But Kamille was so ready. They all moved away. Nobody got picked. They got the counter picks in the meantime. Amazing defensive kind of shift right there. They were able to flex away and turn everything back around. That is why Kamille is a man's name, and they are a man. So game 1 to Kamille. What a great game. Amazing first game. Every team, you can see this is some of the highest level play that we can have. Everybody understands their exact win condition. They know exactly what they need to do. They know exactly what the other team can do to win in every single situation, how to counter it, how to be ready for it. That is just pure peak, I guess you could say, Gundam evolution, and you love to see it. And may I note, we did see in the chat in there that as a flex, Team Kamille has agreed to play on Japanese servers for game number 2, just to make it a little bit more even. Of course, this is a mainly North American tournament, so we are playing on the NA servers, NA/EU servers, but they are willing to do that, which is very cool to see, just as a little bit more of a flex. So if they win this, that's going to be a statement for sure. I love the way they play this game.
I don't know if you can tell, but I have been smiling after the entire game. And I have not smiled this much in a while. I haven't seen a really good game in a while. I think last time I saw one was last week, but even then, that was a very short and brief moment. My face hurts. This has been an amazing match, and I cannot tell you how much more I want this to go on. Kamille's a man's name, and I'm man, unfortunately. It is going to be the winners for this one, and Tokyo Monkey is going to be knocked out, down to losers. And they're going to be facing, I believe, Fusion later on.
Oh, no. I mean, that was just game number 1, right? I mean.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking too fast.
You are. Yeah. So that was just game number 1. That's how intense that one was. So we are going to go to our second map, but we do know that it's going to be going back to Mountain R&D, I think. Now I'm starting to forget because it was long ago. So Mountain R&D. So we are going to see another very similar match, which is really cool to see. And I do feel like there may be a chance that there's a little bit more of a, I don't want to say advantage per se, but a little bit more comfort here for this side of Tokyo Monkeys. The angles that you get in this particular map in Mountain R&D versus Thermal Plant are a little bit wider open, and they've got a lot of really good far range players, which we're going to be able to see here. Players like, for example, of course, we do get to see Headhunter, who, look at that, Headhunter, highest down. Oh no, I'm sorry, Focus. Oh my goodness, ran down
50.
Okay, everybody did too much damage on the side of Kamille. But yeah, Headhunter, you can see leading that team is going to have a little bit more advantage if they can maybe go for a little bit more of a sniper option. But wow, look at this damage on the side of Kamille.
We're looking at about 33 to 35,000 average across the board, but you can definitely see that there was not a lot of opportunities for both sides to really go for repair. But Tokyo Monkey is still looking probably quite strong against Kamille's man's name, and I'm a man. But again, we did say Kamille is man's I'm a man really do put in the work, especially at the very end there. They had I believe it was a 20% deficit, and they somehow made it work, like you said, maneuvering out of everything. It's like they had a deterrent. They just sprayed that thing all over their G maneuvers.
Well, that's an interesting way to put it for sure. But one thing that I want to point out was this map in particular, right? When we get to all these close range maps, sometimes when we're on the other maps, let's start this way, right? When we're on the other maps, we don't get to see as much damage coming out of the Sazabis. But when you're on this close range map, you do really have to count all that damage. And Profi was really high damage on the Sazabi, over 41k, which is a very, very big number for what is supposed to be a tank. But their axe placements were really, really good. All their shots were really good. They didn't pop funnels and then go down immediately in any situation. So just really good stuff overall. You need a full solid team at this level to be able to win, and that is exactly what we saw from Astakasha and exactly what we saw here from Kamille.
Exactly.
So we need one more game to see if those are going to be the two teams that are going to be meeting in winners finals, or if we're going to be going to game 3. We're setting up right now on the Japanese servers. We'll see how Kamille does here. A big flex from them when we come right back. It's a very close fight, as we expected to be, between these teams, but the points have just been slightly in the favor for them. There are a lot of juniors on the other side. Focus, though, being able to pull down most of the enemy team. It looks like they're just slowly falling. There was actually a recap on the side of Tokyo Monkeys. Oh no, there's going to be a chunk.
retake?
Looks like taking out at least one. The retake is happening. They just need to get everybody else off. 3 members left of Tokyo Monkeys. And if this ends up working out, does look like at least Tokyo Monkeys managed to hold onto this early on enough. So they do have an advantage, not a huge advantage. We are going to see after this list full rage on the Zarya 2 melee. That is very, very hard to deal with. And just going to be chopping down. Oh, that's huge. How many is that going to catch? Listic definitely going down. There's no.
Now if you move around the corner here, if you go Trent and try to push in, goes for the Takoyaki, but nothing. You go there, yes, nice slice off here from 9% here. We make something work. Tokyo Monkey does have an advantage here, but it's slowly going down for the count. It's 2-2-2-3. But in fact, with a beautiful rainbow monkey going for the skies here. Nice extra going in there. The G move on standby. They need to push most of the thing here, and they're able to hold objective 3 for another astounding 10% back out to them. See a way out of it right now. Tokyo Monkey is looking so dominant in this round, and it looks like it just didn't happen once again. Tokyo Monkey is at such a big advantage. They need to pick up anything right now. Makes one, but no way near. Alright, welcome back to Kamille's Man's Name and I'm Man versus Tokyo Monkeys. We're at map 2 at the Mountain R&D. And we're gonna see who takes home this game. Will Kamille, Man's Name, be the one to take it home? Or is Tokyo Monkeys someone come out on top and making this best of 3? Have one more rodeo for us. My name's Mike Terra and I'm joined with Wonder Chef again. If you haven't seen us before, well, now you hear us. So we're getting into the games here. Chef, what do you got for us?
Gasman! We've got Gasman in the game on the Susanoo. Well, very cool to see. Gonna be somehow ballistic, I'm assuming there. But wow, that is really cool to see. Or I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, names are all wrong for me. But this is Gasman coming in, and immediately everybody on team Kamille is dying. So that is just not a great start altogether. Lee Sang-hyun, who was extremely strong on that Zaku 2 melee in the previous game, is now on the Pale Rider.
I don't see anything good coming out from that one. 2 down on the side of KM, and you're not looking very good here. Kamille needs to try and just regroup up for another push into side A, and Lucy is just kind of sitting on there, enjoying time at the high ground.
Oh, this is not looking super good so far for Kamille. They're getting picked up again. Focus is in a tough spot. Casino, once Casino gets this high ground, of course, Casino's still probably my favorite Dom player in the world. Just needs to get into that spot. If you're fighting from the low ground as Dom, it's a very, very tough thing to do because you got to hit direct shots rather than just hit splashes on people's feet. But right now, we're just not going to see that even as a possibility. At this point, it looks like we may be going 100% of this first point going to Team Tokyo Monkeys, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, let's also like preface this first and like let everyone know what's happening, because I mean, we did play on R&D as a side of Tokyo Monkeys. This is their pick. They were very confident in this and they picked it again for this game. But also look at they are in the Japanese servers at the moment, so this is definitely something that they need to win, right? I mean, it's favorable for them. It would be a real shame if they couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely their spot. Obviously, they literally have to, otherwise they're not going to lose this bracket. But, I mean, this is where they really need to dominate. And there we go. This is a big turnaround from Kamille. They've got 2 picks now. It's going to be Yachty going down and then one more member running back. They're pretty healthy as far as things go. Casino's going to be able to run back and get a little bit of a heal. This high ground is definitely starting to look in the favor of Kamille. And this is going to be an immediate capture. It looks like this could go the other direction. But, actually, a recap. Yachty just jumping back onto point after Profi gets picked, and that's going to be pretty difficult for the recap, as I say, as it exactly just happens. But yeah, everybody's just fighting in totally different areas here.
And I mean, that's kind of good because, you know, they want to spread out. At this point, it's because it is on the new side, it is favorable for them if they are not near it. They can take picks far away and then force them to come all the way try to take it. It's probably the best for them because they have more time on their hands, and that's the one thing they need right now.
Yeah, this is really lucky for Kamille if they actually are holding on to this, because they do not have exactly the numbers advantage, so they're just trying to hold on and prevent the take for the last few seconds of this, which is all that they really need to do. At this point, they might not even really fight for this recap. They might just have to let the 60% happen and preemptively head over towards A. We still haven't gone to
Might
B.
just be for the best.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, we're going to A right now. We're going to see how they're going to pan out. But they're slowly getting mixed up in the corner right here by none other than Suraibu, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, I had to back up. Has that sea snake G maneuver that is.
Oh!
I was gonna say
That is
very
scary.
But yeah, you know what's scary is Arrow, just coming out of nowhere, jump scaring you from behind the corner. Really, really nice to make sure that there was just no chance and that this first cap gets picked up from the side of Kamille. At this point, they know that they need to really start evening up points, otherwise they're going to be in like a last spot situation. They do not want to be in that. Nice! Arrow also hunting down Headhunter, and that's going to be a very strong first cap on point A here for Kamille. They've got the numbers advantage, the positional advantage, and the G maneuver advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is looking fantastic because they are the ones with the advantage now onto getting the site early. They might be able to defend this with the amount of G maneuver they have to respond back to Tokyo Monkey. So this is going to be interesting to see how it pans out. And now they're looking for any sort of hits here. Trans has popped out. They're going to try and look for any sort of trade. Comes down the corner. Hey, where are you going? I'm trying to find you. And unfortunately for them, there's where they go. That other end of the plate. Close to Takoyaki does not make anything work here, but the team picked it up for everyone else, and it looks like they're going to get one more on the side, but Transam is a little bit out here. Not much. Well, Gasman is just going to go out. He's got to gas. Got to gas that tonight.
Good reference. I like that one with Gasman. But yeah, Gasman did a ton of work with that Trans Am, but unfortunately everybody else just managed to go down in the meantime. There might have been a counter G maneuver. And now look at this. This is going to be huge. We're getting towards the end here. That was really close to evening things up. A nice little spray right there, Witch of Mercury. Great series. Go watch it. But this is going to be Hades versus Hades at some point soon. And Focus going down without being able to pop it. So C already looking a little bit awkward. Gasman though on a roll, I say, as immediately he dies. But this is a little bit of a brawl here right before C starts to open, and oh, that's a huge pick. Casino's now going to be able to get this high ground. That's going to change the course of this very strongly. In fact, the Hades was used in that moment as well, so Focus is going to have an uncontested Hades for this take.
Oh, and that's beautiful because if they have that full Hades up and running, they're just able to just force such a strong fight against the other side. I mean, there's nothing they can really do about this, right? Kamille is stuck in just a very nice corner here, and all they have to do right now is ensure Tokyo Monkey does too much on it. But they're able to hold objective here, and this is going to be fantastic for them. Ooh, this is not looking good. Flies around the corners, trying to retake a better ground here after healing up, and you can join up with team to take Darius down once again. I mean, there's no fight going around, swatting here everywhere now, and look, just coming to the corner again. 3 on the side. If you really want to take this fight, none of the team is with you, and Zyra's going in alone.
Alright, well, looks like this is going to be the final point here. Arrow and Gasman both going down, but they're trading it for Saramu. And so this is going to be, I mean, everything that depends on this fight right here. Oh, how many can this hit?
That's a trade! That's a trade!
Yeah, that is only just a trade. That's going to be 2 members, 3 members down. Gasman going in again, going berserk. The Dr. Pepper fueling his rage. This is them holding on. Zyros is still relatively healthy. Going to be able to stay here. Going to be able to take a little bit more positioning. We just need a little bit more time from Kamille. They got to hold on to this. Gasman's going to run out of Trans Am, but the positioning is great. Profi's going to pop the funnels. There's no G maneuvers on the side of Tokyo Monkeys. They are going to jump on, but they're just going to jump right into the pressure of the Zakuto ranged and the Susanoo wall, and that's going to be one pick. They're trading 1 for 1, and they are just hunting down every member here. 2 members down on both sides.
It's the conga line. It's going to happen again, and I don't like where this is going. They need to just stay back a little bit and regroup where they can. The extra time here is going to hurt them, unfortunately, as round 1 is going to come down to call. I know I said they had to go as a group, and they didn't really have the opportunity as, you know, they're struggling. They just getting one knocked out. Someone had to be on that point for that to happen. But, at the very least, we now know that Tokyo Monkeys is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But, you know what? Kamille is a man's name, and they definitely got that win out because they're a man.
It all came down to Casino getting the Screaming Nimbus at the very final possible moment. That's what it came down to. Amazing stuff. They held on for such a long time. That was impossible to follow that fight because it was happening all over. And again, I gotta shout out Gasman, you know, getting off the bench for this, getting, you know, brought up to the big leagues. Good job, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely destroying on that Susan.
I mean, let's put it this way. Gasman was sitting on his chair, heard his team needed help, he decided to lean forward just a little bit. And that's where we're at. But that also comes to a testament to his name, right? Like, he's so fast, and he's silent and deadly. You don't see him until the very end. He comes behind you, and then he goes for the crack.
Well, Gasman might be silent deadly in a way, for sure, but I don't know if it's in the game. Definitely glad to see it, though, regardless. And here we go. One more round here on the side of Kamille, and they're going to be moving forward to winners finals. We'll see how well they can make it happen. Oh my gosh, starting off strong. Survival going down to Focus and Arrow from the side. Arrow just being an absolute menace. Like I mentioned, this is the player that's been playing Zaku 2 range longer than I think I've seen anybody else in tournament. 1000 going down as well. Focus just absolutely on the winning end of every single fight so far.
I'll draw the corner trying to find Gasman here, and Arrows on the other side though. Can they get it out? Silent but deadly, more like silent and fleeting, because Gasman walks away scot-free just like that. But with a lot of health missing right there. Comes around the corner and he's able to take a fight, but we just jump over to the other side looking at the axe just completely and looking at right there. But Saifi is looking very mighty fine on the side of Kamille's man and Ryan and his team. Oh god, this is going to be quite an exciting one, Jen.
Yeah, and I do want to point this out as well. We did just see Moon, of course, the one saying it in chat, the turn A player. There is a turn A now on the side of Team TM because Yunoki's switching over to that. So that's going to be a pretty big difference altogether. We're seeing some just overall shifts.
Beautiful axe!
Ooh, yeah, that was a great axe. Yachty going to take down Gasman for sure. And this is going to be maybe a retake, but already more than 50% of this time, or way more than 50% has gone to the side of Kamille. So they are probably okay with not winning this particular fight. They're just trying to build up some more G maneuver. They're gonna reposition anyway. And yeah, these last maybe 5 seconds look like they could go. Well, actually, maybe not. They're turning it around. 0 of the first point going to Team Monkeys. 46% going to Kamille.
Chef, you had to speak, you spoke, that's why. They didn't take it back, they were about to, and then it happened. The caster's curse popped in here.
I did in fact cause that to happen, but this is looking so much better from Kamille than the previous round did. I mean, that was obviously a huge comeback for them. Ooh, nice snipe! Taking down VCY, Focus from downtown. Definitely should be a quarterback right now, playing the wrong game. Where's Madden?
Alright, anyways, we're going in back again. It looks like they're picking it for themselves. Kamille's man has now found to get pushed back forward here. So I was trying to make some headway here against them. But it's a 1v4. I don't know if we really want to stay there. Rainbow Monkey again being a devastating player as he just knocks everyone off his feet. Just a little bit of a left.
But Focus, I want to say Focus is MVP of this game. Focus just literally eliminating the entire enemy team. Also, can I note, that Super Napalm from Headhunter was really good. Profi sniped it out of the air. Oh wait, that's a butterfly. Ooh. Oh my gosh, the butterfly is going to take down Focus, but an awkward position. Not going to get more than that. Going down himself too. Profi sniping Yunoki out of the butterfly just now with a shotgun. Also sniping the Super Napalm out of the air earlier. Profi absolutely killing it as well. Everybody on the side of Kamille is killing it. They are up by 83%. Finally, not a perfect, but yeah, only 7 seconds left on this point as we're going to go to B next.
Anything is a good thing at this point, you know, every percentage counts. We've talked about it before, and they really need it. Tokyo Monkey has been struggling to make this one a comeback here, and they want to do this. And of course, they see the 4 coming in, and unfortunately, Gasman really silent, going in for his strong. And now nothing is going to be coming out of the way, and they're not able to make any headways here, completely getting collapsed by the entire team. And now they're free to go to side B without anyone disturb them. And there it is. Side B is now on standby here. They've already positioned. What can they do from here?
The mine on the ceiling. Yeah, that's the tech right there, Casino. Let's go. All right, first very quick pick. This is going to have to be a huge pick. So I'm going down on really unfortunate timing. They're not going to have very much time to push back. I mean, they're going to have to make this count. 3 G maneuvers on the side of Tokyo Monkeys, 4 on the side of Kamille, and oh my gosh, immediately 2-3 numbers going down on the side of Tokyo Monkeys. There is a counter here, though. Gasman's going to be using the handy.
Sorry, there's no counter here.
No chance. That is Kamille taking it all the way, even going to the Japanese servers, winning 2-0 here, dominantly moving into winners finals. Camille's a man's name, and I am a man.
We definitely saw how Kamille's man's name and man take this one back. I mean, they were on a different server, so I mean, you know, expected they were trying to adjust a little bit, and then you saw the domination as they slammed them down on the second half, and that was amazing coming from them. That's not to say Tokyo Monkeys didn't do their very best or an amazing job to defend as well. We definitely see both their teams played to their very best from both games as well. So I gotta give it to them. Tokyo Monkeys did put a good showing. I had faith in them. Unfortunately, it looks like Kamille's a man game, and I'm a man takes this one.
Oh yeah, this is actually really cool. I'm going to talk more about this match, but I just want to point out before that, this is setting up. So the team that we have in the winners finals is the team that got second at the last showdown, and now the other team in winners finals, Kamille, is a mix of the first and third place teams at the showdown. So the top 3 teams in showdown are basically meeting once again in the winners finals of this. But all right, let's talk about this match. Gasman subbing in, playing amazingly. I want to say that Gasman's play was the reason why they were able to bring back that first game, just being able to take down so many different members. Yeah, Gasman just, I mean, obviously wants to be a part of this as well. I'm glad that managed to get into this, but definitely proving that it was worth it.
Oh, this is such an amazing time to watch as Gasman goes down, but Rainbow Monkeys is no slouch as well. I mean, we definitely saw a lot of plays coming in from there on side Tokyo Monkeys. They did really well. Another one I want to note is also Suraimu, who was able to just continuously go into very dangerous fights, mind you, like 1v4s, and decide, you know, not to pick the fight in their own conscience. He knows when to take the fights that actually matter. And of course, not to mention the Hades being popped out every once in a while, you can definitely see a different.
Well, I'm really excited to see the numbers for this one. I think that we are going to see some unbelievable Pale Rider damage when we do get a chance to see that, because just everything. But great stuff again to Kamille's. And I mean, hey, Tokyo Monkeys, I mean, you know, they played really well, of course, but I don't know. It just seems like Kamille was just, they were so solid. There was just no true weaknesses. They got every single chance that they could to bring things back. They took advantage of it. They never let themselves get, you know, too much on the back foot. They're just playing extremely well. I'm so excited for what our winners finals are going to be, but that does mean that I believe Twisted Sin and Tokyo Monkeys are going to be meeting in the losers bracket to see who's going to move into the top 4 as we are moving forward tomorrow. And I do know that this was the last game of today, so that's going to be happening tomorrow. Winners finals is going to be happening tomorrow. But boy, this was a really, really good day, and this was a really good match. I'm still excited for the damage.
I'll be seeing, or at least I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I don't know about me, so I know you're coming in here, so I'm gonna let you close it off so you get like a chance to reopen it.
Whoa, we're not ending the stream quite yet. We've got a few more things still, just to
of course we do.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Let's look at the stats real quick for this match first, then, shall we? Of course, we have our, the very talented people that are going in on top. Damage-wise, we're looking almost across the board, very even. Zyro's Focus and of course Headhunter on Tokyo Monkeys on the other side, all doing quite a substantial amount of damage here. But across the board, kills as well. Very, very even.
Yeah, Focus actually not that much higher above everybody else than I thought. I thought Focus was going to be complete MVP of this game. Definitely was in my eyes, but Zyro's kind of from behind taking like just about as much damage and being a part of more kills just because the Flame Grenade does tend to do that. But yeah, pretty even damage across the board. Headhunter, absolutely godlike player, and also, I mean, a good friend of everybody in the West. So I want to give a shout out to Headhunter, of course. Look at that. Amazing damage. Every single game, I think, has been basically top of the damage. Even in a losing game was really close to the top of the damage for the entire thing. And this team, of course, still is in, so we will see more of the Asian team a little bit later, a little bit tomorrow. But boy, look at this. Across the board from Kamille. Everybody with high damage. Even Gasman on a melee suit, which is not going to get as much.
But I mean, Gasman was doing fantastic. I mean, the one thing that we should not remember, we're talking about this with Baba tools, and of course, that is damage does not equate to, you know, the contributions, you know, and Gasman definitely put more than his weight's worth. Remember, he did 24k damage, matching almost everyone in that team, and not only that, he was able to take his own solo picks as and when he had trans out, and that was fantastic. But also another one to note is Aero. As he's scouting the skies as a flyer, you can definitely see he's trying to make as much work as possible, you know, just chipping them down so that his team can just go in for it. And Rainbow Monkeys, I think, is the unlikely and very sad, victim of Aero's onslaught.
Just for clarity, I believe it was Zyros was the Ashmar in the air. Arrow was the Zakutu ranged on the ground. But yeah, it's definitely true. That is
Okay,
exactly
so it's
true.
Zyros,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah, no, the blank then O name there. It's definitely easy to mix up. But yeah, regardless, that was exactly what we wanted to see. So great stuff to them. Again, we are now set up for our day 2, essentially our day 2 bracket. We've got just a few more matches to go. We can actually take a look at